2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness O'Connor or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
Wake up.
Get to the right morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jody and Hazy on Nova.
He's been making us laugh for over 2 decades. Wait, does that make him sound old?
At age 50, 48% of men start to lose what?
They're Willy Wonka having fun.
It's not the way it's written on my card, but she's right. Yeah.
Is it?
He's a comedian, broadcaster, television presenter, podcast host, and children's writer. And he's back on our screens with his show, The 100.
It's all about Australians. They're the ones that join us each week, and so I guess this people love watching themselves.
Please welcome to Nova 919, Andy Lee.
Good morning, Andy Lee.
Andy Lee.
Morning, guys. Morning, Jody. Morning, Jody. You left off Dim producer. I've just released a joke during COVID about whether we could make a premium dim sim. It's taken us 5 years to actually get it right.
Oh,
and
my
now
gosh.
yes, I've got dimmies and tinnies. You can actually get them at Coles.
That is...
That's amazing.
Stop it. Oh, my God. And aren't you opening a bar in New York? Did I see that somewhere as well?
Yes. We opened Old Mates, which again took about 3 years. I don't know why they're all landing at the same time, but if you're ever in New York and you want a slice of Australia, head to Old Mates. It's the only Aussie pub in Manhattan.
So then surely you get the best dimmies that you could possibly put in your mouth in this bar in New York.
We actually haven't connected the two yet.
Jesus Christ, Andy. It's business 101, mate.
That's a good point, Joe. Yes, I don't think Coles have expanded yet to America, so we'll have to find another operator there.
And at the risk of sounding like I'm stalking you on social media, you're doing a big reno. Is it at Werribee, or it's just like an really old mansion, Hazy?
I know, it sounds like it should be in the outer suburbs of Melbourne. It's right in the city. That's what's weird about it. It's on the Yarra River, which is obviously the most beautiful river in the world.
Second only to the Torrens here in Adelaide.
Beck and I found this place from 1876 and hadn't been lived in for 35 years. So had grass growing through it. Well, actually had been lived in. I'm being unfair to the pigeons and the rats and the foxes that lived in there. But so we're trying to restore it at the moment, but it's a long process. We've been going for a year and a half. We've got 2 years to go.
Oh, my gosh.
Very nice. Andy, can we go from one passion piece to another? And that, of course, is the Carlton Football Club. Go the Blues! Why do you guys do it to yourselves? I just feel, I feel so bad for Essendon and Carlton supporters. You're so tortured.
I know, Hazy. It's a tough one at the moment. Look, at least we're not Melbourne. That's what I keep saying to myself.
Right.
Just at least we're not Melbourne. It's not about being the top. It's just about not being on the bottom. But we'll catch a long season, as you know. Being a footballer, it's a long season. Things can swing around.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'll do a dim run to them and see if that changes things.
Big chance to turn things around on Thursday night
Collingwood,
up against Collingwood. You'll be fine.
Andy Lee from The 100 is with us, and coming up next, he's going to give us a few examples of what's coming up on the show tonight, including what percentage of Australians are best friends with their siblings.
He's been making us laugh for over 2 decades. Wait, does that make him sound old?
At age 50, 48% of men start to lose what?
They're Willy Wonka having fun.
It's not the way it's written on my card, but she's right. Yeah.
Is it?
He's a comedian, broadcaster, television presenter, podcast host, and children's writer. And he's back on our screens with his show, The 100.
It's all about Australians. They're the ones that join us each week, and so I guess this people love watching themselves.
Please welcome to Nova 919, Andy Lee.
Now, The 100 is back. We love it when you come on because you always chuck a couple of curly ones at us. Let's go for it.
New season of The 100, 7:30, new time slot, 7:30 Wednesday. I don't know why they've brought us earlier. I'm not sure if they've ever watched the show. The content sometimes isn't appropriate for kids, but family friendly now. In fact, we're kicking it off because we're in a family friendly slot with the topic of families.
Oh, yeah.
So let me see if you guys understand or can pick any of these questions. Sophie Monk on Hamish Blake. I'm not sure if you've heard of him. I'm not that familiar with him, but also Mike Goldstein.
Yeah.
But what % of Aussies consider their sibling a best friend?
Oh, no.
geez.
Siblings fight.
Yeah.
Kids, they fight like cats and dogs until they get a bit older, I think.
Do you know what makes me think that it's a large percentage? Because everybody who's got a sibling, it's either your maid of honour or your best man.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to say
Go.
72% consider yes.
Jodes?
58%.
She's got that one. 45%. You must live in a wholesome family there, Amy.
Nice.
You're giving Aussie families far too much credit for getting along.
That is true. That is
Exactly.
Situation.
How many of us have been busted as a teenager sneaking out of the house?
Well, it depends if you got caught or not, doesn't it?
Oh, righto, legend. Ooh, I'm going to go 62%.
No, I reckon it's lower than that. 35%.
26%. Jodes, no.
so
And
good at
that's why
this.
she's just been a darling of radio for so long. All right.
Yes, she's good at
last
sneaking
one,
out of
even
things.
though it's a moot point. Hazy's going like Carlton at the moment. Let's
See if I can make it 0 and 3, Andy.
What % of Australians stack their cutlery in the dishwasher with the handles facing up?
Oh, well, I do that. So,
Oh, I've got it, yeah. Because I've got a tray, one of those slide-out trays.
oh,
that-
right,
Oh,
Ali.
must be nice.
Okay, I'm not trying to be
Nice to
fancy.
hear how the other half did every now
Oh,
and again.
God, I'm not trying to be fancy.
I'm still taking my dishes down to the Torrens, Andy, at Washer there. I'm going to say hi. I'll go. You go first this time, actually.
Okay, mate, you've already lost,
I know,
so
I know.
don't play ducks and drakes with me.
Yeah, I know. It's a long season, as Andy said.
Yes.
Probably 62%.
Okay, I'm going to go 63%.
Oh, you're an idiot. Honestly.
And you'd lose. You're 0 and 3 like Carlton, my friends.
We are the Navy Blues.
46%. You got to. I mean, I don't know why people put the handles up. The part that's in your mouth you want to clean, that's the part that you should face the water, the hot water that's going to do it.
No,
But,
it's the knife thing. You don't want to cut someone with your knives facing up.
How quickly are you diving in there to unpack it?
Andy Lee, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Guys. Thanks so much for having me.
The 100 with Andy Lee is back tonight at 7:30 on Channel 9 and 9 Now.
Warning, the following segment is for mature audiences only and may contain adult content, graphic language and nudity. Not that you'll see it. If easily offended, well, you're about to find out just how easily.
Your father, he's on the naughty list.
Jody and Hazy's Naughty at 6:40.
But what I will say is only for a few minutes.
One of your best segues, I reckon.
I'm into filthy content. Can we talk about OnlyFans, please?
Please. I can't
it's-
stop.
The phenomenon that is OnlyFans just keeps on getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
There's all these articles that are popping up for me that just makes me wonder which the trajectory that OnlyFans is heading is really quite alarming.
Okay, in what way?
Here's a headline for you. I'm an OnlyFans star. My insane work ethic, which is stronger than 9-to-5 workers. This is Hayley Davies. She's a 26-year-old OnlyFans creator.
Yep.
So she's come out and listed the reasons why her job is basically harder, more important. She puts in more hours than your stock standard 9-to-5 worker.
Do tell why and how Hayley Davies, the 26-year-old OnlyFans star, is working harder than a nurse or a teacher. Go.
Well, I think more so it's just a demanding schedule, you know.
Oh, okay.
She reports working approximately 50 hours per week engaging in tasks such as content creation, managing spreadsheets, tracking sales, marketing responsibilities, comparable to those in conventional professions.
Yeah, right.
I thought it was just getting your gear off and
Well-
filming and putting it on the internet.
The inset photo is just her in some sort of leather underwear,
Yeah.
just playing with her hair with a choker collar.
Yeah.
Hard-working professional.
Gotta-
Spot on, Hayley.
Make sure you put that in the spreadsheet. Let's move on to Lily Phillips.
What's Lily doing?
She says that she doesn't regret sleeping with 101 men in one day despite her tearful breakdown because she just wanted to push herself to the limit.
Oh, well done.
I sort of feel like the OnlyFans stars are sort of taking it to a level where are you supposed to be like, oh, wow, congratulations?
I don't know.
Well done. You're a supreme athlete.
I
I
just-
wish my kids were like you. Like, what, are you role models now?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. This is quite close to my heart at the moment because
Oh, career change.
no, because I have a friend whose son just got engaged to an OnlyFans star, And her remark to me was she actually earns more money than all of us put together. So
Yeah.
who's the fools?
See, that's ridiculous,
Who's the fools
isn't it?
getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and doing this palaver?
Did you see that Bonnie Blue? We're not
Yeah.
sure if it was real or not, but she got engaged. And it was to a college student.
No.
I'm just going to say this because it's a naughty at 6:40. What his caption was on the internet. He said, "Her holes are for everyone, but her heart is mine." We're all human and we all make mistakes.
Sometimes they're more public than other mistakes, though.
Sometimes they're funnier than others.
So, eagle-eyed cricket fans have spotted a very unfortunate on-air blunder after SA's thrilling Sheffield Shield win over the weekend. So, we broke a 29-year Shield drought. It was a historic victory.
Go the Sackers.
But it obviously was very confusing for our good friends over in Perth, because in a newsroom over there, instead of using the South Australian logo, they used the South African cricket team logo.
Which says SA Cricket.
Yes.
Okay.
These things can happen.
Go the protest.
And as we just tried to explain to producer Molly, that is the responsibility of the journalist doing the story.
Yeah.
To do a bit of Googling, and then you send it off to the graphics department and you say, use this, please.
Yep.
But things can go awry.
100%.
Things can go awry on the news desk. Check out Jodie and Hazy on Instagram. You, sitting on the Channel 7 news desk the other day, said that you were at Nova.
Yeah. I said that's a look at your sport this afternoon on Nova.
Yeah.
And then she was right to do it. Gertie said, hang on a second there, champ.
Yeah.
Do you know where you are right now? And I had no idea. And I blacked out and I passed up and then I woke up in a hospital. That's what it felt like.
You know that in between you had a chat to your boss before you woke up in hospital.
Yes. Just alarming, though, just how aggressively I got champed by Gertie, though, as well.
I know,
do you know
that's
what I mean?
so fun.
The process, and look, I've told you before that the super, the little strap that comes up that says your name,
Yeah.
I spelled my name wrong one time on there. But so here's the thing. You've got to send off what you want in the background. So for Channel 7, when you're watching sport in particular, maybe you're watching Bruce Abernethy, and a little picture at the back there that comes up over his shoulder, that's the journalist's responsibility to say exactly what you want and the words as well.
Yes.
And then you should check it afterwards to make sure it adds up.
100%. You can check that on your computer to make sure that they've got the right image coming back at you.
The editors that do these things, I'll just say, generally speaking, the ones that I've met, they're not sport enthusiasts.
Not heavy into sport.
So when you say, just give me a picture, for example, of, I don't know, Miles Bergman, you just want to make sure that the editors are using Google and not Bing. Because if they're using Bing, there is a chance that they put in Miles Bergman and Jason Horne-Francis, and there's a little bit of confusion. You know what I mean?
Very similar looking man. I have done that before, by the way, when I've, done a story about, Hamish Hartlett, and it was Charlie Dixon that popped up in the background.
Not even similar, except for maybe the tattoos. It's outrageous. Do you know what the best one I've ever seen?
What?
And we're sitting there, this was maybe a couple of years ago, and we're sitting there watching the news. And sometimes when you're sitting there, you're watching the opposition or whatever, you go, you're looking for faults.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a story
Channel
about
7 and Channel 9, not great friends. That's no secret.
It was a story about Michael Voss.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it was a story about him probably joining the Blues.
Yeah.
And it was something about, Voss's time, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not kidding. there was a picture of Brett Voss. So we're like, how does that happen?
Oh,
like,
no.
that is classic Bing. How does that happen when Michael Voss, you type in Michael Voss to Google, you'll get 300,000 results.
Oh, man.
And maybe the 300,000th and first photo is his brother Brett.
Yeah. Oh, it can easily happen, can't it? I still, to this day, who were the brothers that coach in the AFL? I'm having a
Scott brothers?
The Scott brothers. To this day, I couldn't tell you which one was which. Could you?
Okay, I can, because here's a little trick for you. And all the footy players and experts out there, Chris Katz, Brad Bombers.
That's
Still to come with Jodie and Hazy on Adelaide's Nova 919.
Oh, I'm gonna leave. I'm out of here.
Is done.
No, that feels really good. See you guys. That is Chappell Roan. That's the key numbers, Jode. She is 27 years old. She's a young woman achieving a hell of a lot, and she is childless.
Yes.
That is also a key thing, and something she said really quite recently on the Call Her Daddy podcast.
Oh, are you familiar with Alex Cooper's work on the Call Her Daddy podcast?
I am now.
It's actually huge in America.
Oh, really? Yeah, okay.
It's massive.
So Chappell Roan has said something which has really, I'm not sure if it's irked people with kids. It's probably raised questions for people who don't have kids, 27-year-olds who are trying to make a career.
Yep.
She said this, and if you've got children, or even if you don't, I'd love to know your thoughts.
All of my friends who have kids are in hell. I actually don't know anyone who's like happy and has children at this age. I have like 1-year-old, like 3-year-old, 4 and under, 5 and under. I literally have not met anyone who's happy, anyone who has like light in their eyes, anyone who has slept.
It's not looking too good.
I'm like, why did my parents do that? I'm the oldest of 4. My mom had me at 23.
Wow, your thoughts? Because you had your firstborn very, very early.
I had Taylor at, I'm going to say 26. I think in the scheme of things now, I think more and more women are putting it off till later and later and later and trying to do everything they want to do with their career because we've been sold this furphy that we can have it all. I understand where she's coming from because I remember being terrified before I had Taylor of just wanting to know. I just wanted people to say, it's okay, you're going to be okay, everything's going to be all right. And then when I did have her as a newborn, I was like, why didn't anyone tell me how hard? It's so hard. You know that more than anyone.
Yeah.
Like those first couple of weeks, you're like, what's just happened?
Well, so for me, I work a lot.
Yeah.
And then I'll come home and I'll be at home with the kids for like 1 or 2 hours. And I'm like, I'm exhausted. I can't do this. And then Car's like, well, they were on from 5:30 this morning.
Exactly right. So it is hard. I see what Chappell's saying. I don't think she's trying to be disrespectful to anyone who can't have children, any of that. I think that's just her observation that her friends her age are struggling, and that's motherhood.
I found it interesting when I saw the article, the comments on this, and I expected people to absolutely smash her. There's a lot of people that either agree with her or say, yes, it's really, really hard and I'm shaking and I'm a mess the whole time, but I wouldn't change it for the world.
No, that's the thing. And if you can get through those first couple of years, parenthood just becomes so beautiful and it's the best thing you'll ever do in your whole entire life. But yeah, Chappell, I'm with you.
Yeah.
It's freaking hard.
Yes. And here's where it gets very interesting. I think my daughter is at her craziest when she's running around the house going, Pink Pony Club!
So thanks, Chappell.
Cheers. Appreciate that, Chappell.
I need to know. I need to know now.
I need to know.
I need to know.
I need to know.
What's in the news today?
I need to know this.
Here's what you need to know.
What you need to know with Jody and Hazy.
David Beckham's former personal assistant, Rebecca Lewis, has doubled down on claims she had a naughty 4-month affair with the soccer superstar. So she did an interview with 60 Minutes on Sunday night, Hazy. And the former model who worked for Beckham in 2003 when he was transferred to Real Madrid. Can you remember this?
Yeah.
I reckon I was in England at the time. It was
Huge.
the biggest scandal ever.
Oh, I thought you were talking about his move to Real Madrid. I was like, massive sports news.
Your sports brain, the way it works is quite extraordinary. You can take any topic that we're talking about.
I was about to say, where were you when you heard the news that David Beckham was transferring to Real?
From Manchester United. What a move. Anyway, she says that she has stuck to the truth over the years despite the athlete's legal team calling her claims absolutely ludicrous. Can you remember in the documentary that they did, Posh and Becks?
Yeah.
And he alluded to the affair and said the allegations were very hard. They were very hard on Victoria.
Yeah, and look, they didn't touch on it very much, did they?
No.
Great accent too, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Because he's quite hard with his accents.
Yeah.
Surprises a lot of people when you hear him speak for the first time.
Yeah, well, he's one of those blokes that you would just be like in an intimate situation, I would imagine.
Shut your face. Shh, it's okay.
David.
I've got this, David.
David, there's no need for
Shut
words.
those beautiful lips.
Yeah. That sort of vibe.
Yeah, I understand that.
Anyway, this is what Rebecca Lewis had to say on Sunday night on 60 Minutes.
And I said, what you mean is let's go back to my hotel. And I was like, I'm not going back to your hotel room. Like, come on, you're my boss. F*** off. I think I actually said that to him. I actually said, F*** off. No way. And then he just kept looking at me and then I gave in. So we went back to his hotel room. It's just look in his eyes and the way he looks at you. And it's quite hard not to. He's got a certain charismatic power about him. He's very good looking and he can easily get what he wants and he knows it. I woke up with the biggest smile on my face. I also woke up thinking, I'm in there room.
I'm just waiting for it. It just sort of feel like the way that she was talking, that she was about to launch into, and I just shagged him.
Yeah.
I shagged him.
So, I think a lot of people, my natural thought is, could we just all leave it in the past? But the fact that he referenced it in the 2023 documentary, she feels, and she said, it just peed me off. She said, it makes you want to stand up for yourself and it makes you want to keep coming forward. I don't know. Do you get to a point where you go, I don't care what people think? Like, whatever, think what you want?
Do you, as in coming forward for free?
Oh, no.
Or...
Would she have been paid for that?
Yes, Jones.
Okay. Sorry, that's very naive of me, isn't it? For someone that's worked in the media for 20 years.
She's just talking from her heart.
I was just thinking
She just wanted to clear some stuff up.
Oh, no. But then she went on to talk about the fact that she had a shower afterwards after her liaison with David Beckham, her alleged liaison, and she said it was like all Victoria's products were there. She said it was just very weird.
And then do you have the nerve to use some of them?
Oh, my God.
Do you use the body wash?
It'd be tempting because Victoria would have a lovely shampoo and conditioner. It would 100%. Be so super expensive. And also, do you use a razor?
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
100%.
Wouldn't that be a kick in the guts?
That's
that?
the top shelf. But also in a situation like that, I can see my wife, and much like Victoria, just bouncing around the corner being like, are you using the expensive shampoo? And I'm like, you mean the purple one? Don't use it, all right? Don't use it. It was a huge day for Nova yesterday.
Yeah, it was a massive day. So we had the Prime Minister in the studio, and let me tell you, isn't that quite the exercise when the Prime Minister drives underground into the building, into the car park. Also, special shout out to Kim Adams in sales, who asked his security detail to move their car out of her car park. Well played.
The nerve.
Absolute nerve.
Did they move?
I'm pretty sure you saw those bodyguards, right?
They won't move.
They weren't budging. Yep. So we had the Prime Minister in the studio, and I have to say, political persuasions aside, and I don't really necessarily have any, he's a lovely man.
Yeah, he was fun, wasn't he?
He was really fun. He was a good sport. And he was really cute to my daughter, who had gotten up at 4 o'clock in the morning to come meet him. And we were just chatting, and I said, yeah, now she's trying to get out of science today. And he goes, do you want a note? And it was just it was the most spontaneous sort of organic thing.
Because it was perfect because we were off air. So we'd done a couple of spots with him, and then he was just sort of getting ready to go, and then it was just a bit of a meet and greet, and then all of a sudden he's writing a note for your daughter to get her out of something from school.
He sat there for ages too. He sort of laboured over it, and he's got beautiful handwriting, can I say, for a Prime Minister. But do you know what I love? Footy players, like, when they sign something and they'll sign it with their number.
Yeah.
He was like Anthony Albanese, 31.
As in 31st Prime Minister. That's excellent.
It was amazing. Yeah, so it was a really big day.
Oh, up for grabs this morning some Thunderbirds tickets for the best caller because it is their first game this weekend. We just want to put it out there. What happened to you that no one believes? Because I can guarantee you, thank goodness for your daughter Peyton having video evidence.
Yes.
Because if she rolls into school and even with the teachers, they're like, look, I got a note from the PM, they're going to be like, no.
That did not happen.
No way.
Yeah, so that did not happen moments. Let's go to Jade from Coromandel Valley. Hello, Jade.
Hello.
Hi. What was your that didn't happen moment, please?
So basically, I went on a trip to Sydney with my older sister when I was about 15. And during that trip, I lost my phone on a train in Sydney, which was impossible to get back. So I just lost my phone. Came back to Adelaide, got a new phone, whatever.
Yep.
About 4 or 5 years after that, I was not living with my parents anymore, but my parents at about midnight had a SWAT team rock up to their house, banging on the doors, asking for me, and they were like, what's going on? Supposedly the phone that was still linked to my name that I had lost was being used to send bomb threats. Yeah, so then I'm, happily at my house away from my parents sleeping, and I get a call from the police saying, is this your name? Is this your phone number? I was like, no. They're like, and then, I think my family told them that I'd lost a phone, so then they're like confirming, did you lose a phone? I was like, yeah, I did.
I don't know if you've seen it, Jay, but that's got real adolescence vibes, like bursting in.
That's what I was picturing as well.
Oh, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
God,
but it all got
cool.
cleared up. Yes,
Yeah,
in the end.
yeah. Well, they believed me, so.
Yeah.
She's like,
Jade.
yeah. I was waiting for the security guard to be like, you got 30 seconds left, Jade. Calling us from jail. Getting it cleared up.
Well done, Jade. Thank you so much for the call.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. 13 24 10. Keep them coming. What happened to you that no one believes?
Yes.
That's ridiculous too, by the way.
Yeah. And also, if you missed all the action from yesterday, make sure you jump on the website. And our camera guy, Josh, is so pleased because he's like, yesterday I made a video that went on the Prime Minister's socials. So I'm out. I'm done. My work here is done.
Dropped his mic, didn't he?
Yeah.
13 24 10. What happened to you that no one believes?
Check this out.
This is Adelaide's favourite way to wake up. Jody and Hazy on Nova 919.
13 24 10. Call us up for grabs. Some Thunderbird tickets to their first game this weekend. What happened to you that no one believes?
Because yesterday my 13-year-old rocked up to school and she had a letter from the Prime Minister saying you don't have to do your science test. So we're asking on 13 24 10, what happened in your life? And you've told people and they're like, why are you so full of it? Like, that's absolute BS.
Well, politely and respectfully, I think that's BS.
Okay. Let's go to Hayley from Woodville West. Hey, Hayley.
Hi.
All right. What's your that didn't happen story?
So I accidentally got baptised when I thought I was going to a youth group.
You accidentally got baptised.
How does that happen, Hayley?
I was bored, so I looked up online youth groups near me, and turns out the website was very out of date, and I went in, and it was a older group church, and I couldn't leave. Very awkward, and then I just went along with the baptisms that were happening that day.
No, of course.
right.
That makes complete sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like you, Hazy,
Yep.
Hayley, Hazy and I are polite people, but
Yep.
even you and I would be like, that's enough. You've had your fun.
Not sure.
You're not baptising me. All right, Michelle from Hillcrest. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello. What is your that didn't happen moment?
So a little while ago, I owned a Subway, and I served Delta Goodrum.
Okay.
Oh, let's go. Take us through
All
it.
right, what did she have?
All right, so she had chicken classic with some Old English cheese toasted with all the salads and extra jalapenos.
Classic Delta.
Oh, extra jalapenos. Delta's
And a bit of
spicy.
Southwest sauce. Yeah.
Of course.
Right. Okay, this is a key question here. 6 inch or foot long?
It was a foot long.
Oh,
Yeah.
very good.
Delta.
And she was just on her way to watch her brother play footy.
Oh, there you go.
Who, Michelle, by the way, probably would have been playing alongside Andrew Hayes back in the day. Do you remember looking over and seeing Delta in the crowd with her foot long?
Not with the footlong, but she did come to a couple of grand finals, and I reckon she took 30 to 40,000 selfies and was a delight for each and every one
Not
of
of
them.
herself.
Yeah,
with
she
people.
was very, very lovely.
Aw.
She was very lovely.
There you go.
And then after, when she left, I was like, I'm pretty sure that was Delta Goodrum. Where's my CCTV footage? And my computer wasn't working.
Oh, no.
Yes, everyone's like,
Oh my God.
that didn't happen.
Michelle,
there you go.
Why would you ever sell your Subway, by the way? That is, if I ever had a business,
Yeah.
Subway, thanks, every day of the week.
Top shelf.
How good is it?
13 24 10. What happened to you that no one believes? 13 24 10. We're taking your calls. What happened to you that no one believes off the back of your daughter becoming an instant celebrity with her interaction with the Prime Minister?
Yeah, incredible scenes. He wrote her a note and said, you don't have to do your science test today because you've been pointing out the importance of STEM and providing a youth perspective.
Yeah. And if you just heard about it and you didn't see video evidence,
You'd be
particularly at Jody and Hayes, you'd be like, that didn't happen.
Also, April Fool's Day. So
100%.
kidding me. Let's go
Feels
to...
like
Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off then.
that's okay.
Let's go to Kendall from Brooklyn Park as I cut you off again. Kendall, what was your that didn't happen moment?
Hello. I have this memory of when I was going to school many, many years ago on a bus. It wasn't a school bus, it was a public bus, but there were lots of children on the bus. And we were coming from Henley Beach, and there was a big bang, and we're like, oh my gosh, what was that?
Oh.
And there was a pelican. A pelican had basically, well, the bus had hit a pelican, and the bus had to stop. The bus driver obviously got the pelican out, and kids were screaming. Like, it was actually so traumatic at that age to see this, this awful pelican. I think it died instantly. I think it actually I think it was dead. So he had to get rid of it, wipe the bus down, and get to school. And I get to school in the morning really late, probably at least an hour late.
Yeah.
And go to biology, and the biology teacher says, where do you think you've been? And I'm like, well, the bus hit a Pelican, and we had to wait. And he's like looking at me like, yeah, right, tell me something.
Yeah.
Tell me something that's better than that. I'm like, that actually did happen. No one believed me.
Yeah, the other teacher's like, oh, this again. It's the old Pelican hit the bus excuse.
Yeah, something original that, she's making up.
Yeah. Meantime, Kendall's in detention for the next week. Thanks,
With
Kendall.
this traumatic vision of a pelican canning into the bus.
She's rocking in the corner going, it hit the Pelican. It hit the Pelican.
It didn't survive.
Let's go to Sue from Sturt. Good morning, Sue.
Good morning, guys.
What's your that didn't happen moment, please?
My tumble dryer fell on a car.
Yeah, of course it did. Of course it did. I'm pretty sure that is a direct script out of some sort of cartoon involving the Wile E. Coyote.
What happened, Sue?
I had actually borrowed a car from work because my car needed repairs.
Yeah.
Took this car home for one night, parked it in the garage, wanted to protect the car, make sure nothing happened to it. The tumble dryer fell off the bracket that was lodged on the wall in the garage and fell and hit the car.
Oh, no.
Jeez, good luck explaining that.
Hate it when that happens. God. And so that was met with much disbelief from the company?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
What'd you hit? No, I didn't.
Thank you, Sue. Okay, we've got these Thunderbirds tickets to give away. I don't think we can go past Jade from Coromandel Valley.
Wasn't that unbelievable?
Who's
Got a SWAT team just breaking down her door.
because her lost mobile phone was used in a bomb threat.
Yeah, that is outrageous. Do you know what as well? Like, what are we doing here? We need to talk to Adelaide's newest celebrity.
Oh, yeah.
Get the latest
on
on what life's like now for your Peyton Oddie after her interaction with the Prime Minister yesterday.
And did she in fact get out of the science test? All questions
That's the big question.
that desperately need answers, am I right?
Did the note work? And if you're like, what is this note? Well, please check it out at Jody and Hazy. We're going to speak to Peyton Oddie, Adelaide's newest celebrity, next on Nova 919.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness O'Connor or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.